Important people use their influence to serve their own needs. That's what a false prophet would do. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam wasn't like that. He had more influence than anyone who's ever existed. But I'm going to show you in this hadith that he used this influence to inspire people to overcome their selfishness and give to others, not to him. Bismillah wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulillah. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he made a prayer. He said, "May God have mercy on the one who," and then he's going to describe who that person is. Before I explain who that person is, I want you to put yourself in the shoes of the companions who see the Messenger of God as the most beloved of God's creation to him, the best and most perfect slave of God who has ever existed, whose prayers are answered. In times of drought, they would go to him and ask him to pray for rain, and the sky would pour down in torrents. They'd seen this with their own eyes. They knew his prayers were answered. They wanted to be among those who the Prophet ﷺ is praying for God's mercy for, because they wanted the mercy of God. They want this. And then the Prophet ﷺ completes, and he says, "May God have mercy on someone who is samhan idha ba'a washtara waqtada," who is liberal and forgiving and generous when he sells, when he buys, and when he seeks repayment for a debt that's owed to him. The Prophet ﷺ could have just told the companions, be generous, be liberal when you buy, when you sell, when you seek repayment for a debt. He could have just told them that, but he didn't just tell them that. He made a prayer, and he made the prayer contingent on doing this. And if the Prophet's companions love him, they believe he's a special person, they believe his prayers are answered, and they want that mercy, they will rush to do this. What a beautiful way to command somebody to do something good. And what is it that the Prophet commanded them to do in this beautiful way? He said, "May God have mercy on somebody who is liberal and forgiving when he sells." That means you're selling something, and somebody comes and you either deliberately offer a low price, you don't make as much profit as you could have, or maybe you don't make any profit at all, maybe you even make a loss. Or maybe you offer a certain price and you say, "I'll sell it to you for this much," and the person insists that they wants to pay less, and instead of haggling, you say, "Go ahead, take it." This is someone who is generous and liberal and forgiving when he sells. What does it mean to be generous and liberal and forgiving when you buy? It means that when you go and buy something and somebody charges you a little bit more, you say, "It's okay, take the money." You're happy to give, he probably needs the money, everybody wants more money, I'll give it to him, I'll take the thing. I won't haggle him down to the last penny. This is somebody who is liberal and forgiving when he buys. And finally, someone who's liberal and forgiving when he seeks repayment. So somebody comes to you, borrows money from you, and they owe you money. You can go after them. You can say, "When are you paying me back? You said 2 months, you haven't paid it back yet." The person, maybe they're struggling a little bit. Somebody who is liberal and forgiving and generous, they give somebody a loan and they'll say, somebody takes long, "It's okay." And they come back with the money, they pay you everything back. You say, "Here you go, pay me half the amount, the rest is yours." This is somebody who is liberal and generous and forgiving when he seeks repayment for something that's owed to him. We're all, by our nature, greedy when it comes to money. We want more, and we don't want this other person to get the better of us, to take advantage of us. The Prophet ﷺ understood that about us. And so he made a prayer. He said, "May God have mercy on the one who does this. if you love the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if you believe that he is somebody special with God, you'll run after this prayer and you'll forget about somebody else getting the better of you, and you'll become somebody who's liberal and generous and forgiving. What a beautiful way to teach. In this hadith, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is using the veneration that his companions have for him, the admiration, their respect for him. He's using that in order to get them to do something. But he's doing it in a very interesting way. Normally, when somebody is revered, they remind people of their importance and authority, and they strike fear into the hearts of people, and then they use that importance and authority. It's either fear or the person wants some kind of a benefit from them. And they use that to get them to do what they want. But the Prophet ﷺ, he is taking his standing in the eyes of his companions, and he is channeling it to motivate them not to serve him, not to venerate him, but out of veneration of him to overcome their desire for money and haggle and arguing and these kinds of things, and be generous to other people. He is using his standing with them to help them benefit and be giving to other people. The Prophet ﷺ put his prestige in the service of mankind. This is a really profound point that runs through his entire life, and it gives a perspective and understanding that someone who doesn't know who he was just won't have. We need your support. We want to produce over 100 videos in this series to show the beautiful character of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This will be a positive response to all the bad things that people are saying about him. If they understood who he was, they wouldn't believe any of those accusations. If you like this video, please support this cause. You can help with as little as $1 or even with the click of a mouse. Go to discovertheprophet.com or click the link in the description below to find out all the ways that you can help people discover who the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you. And don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. Also to subscribe to our channel. All of this helps spread this message.